Now, this illustration deals with rough-in procedures in accordance with NEC 300.4. Now, notice the call out: supporting boxes to framing members and connecting wiring methods in accordance with 300.4A through F, as well as 314.23A as in apple through C as in car. Now, notice to the left where Xing out of the framing member there, or where it's notched or maybe drilled. And notice if we vertically go up, if you had 2 foot there, you have to support within 3 foot of the box. That's the rule if it was EMT. You know, we get that in the, I believe, 358.30. Now, any of those horizontal runs, where you notch the framing member if it's wood, or you drill a hole through there to run the conduit. Notice that those vertical, if it's not over 5 foot, that those vertical framing members can support the horizontal conduit. But the boxes that you see there have to have a supporting means. So we're coming and emerging out of the, say, the slab there, feeding a box and going around, as you see there. But those boxes have bars, framing bars, and items to support it, or you would have to take the box and support it to the side of a wooden stud using nails or other supporting means that's approved by the authority having jurisdiction. Because now, as electricians, you have to remember that 110.2, all equipment, wiring methods, and so forth has to be approved. So the informational note is going to send you first over to approval or approved, and that's according to the authority having jurisdiction. The next illustration, or I shouldn't say illustration, but the next definition would be identified. And that goes through the approval process with examples given in the, I believe it's in the exception there, or information note. You're given exceptions how approval can come about. It's up to the authority having jurisdiction to approve it. Equipment coming out that's custom made, the authority having jurisdiction may want a lab that's approved by the city, state, or county to come out and put a nurdle on it if it's custom made, or it has to be listed and labeled with 110.3b. So we must keep in mind, as we wire, the authority having jurisdiction is going to have the final say, because 90.4 is very clear. So make sure that your installation is going to pass the NEC plus any city ordinance or state ordinance or code ordinance, so you can see how much electrician needs to know today. They not only need to know the NEC, but they need to know any ordinances, electrical ordinance, and what they require. And then sometimes you may have to pick up the UL White Book by getting on your phone and typing in ul.org, and in the research window, type in UL White Book, and it'll come up. And then you can look at certain things, wiring methods, equipment, whatever you want to look at for the little pros and cons and of a particular wiring method and so forth. But this illustration now is just illustrating a rough-in procedure in accordance with 300.4 when you're roughing in a facility at a construction stage in accordance with what article in the code now? Article 590, along with Chapter 3, which is the installation chapter that electricians use as their guideline.